Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads, and here we go, time for another super cool Cards of the Universe and Everything Mythic deck. It's the Men in Black. We are the Men in Black. Yep, finally got myself a Men in Black. Very happy, thank you very much for the nice trade that I got late last night. So let's put together a Mythic deck. I must admit, Eternal Flame, there we go, first card in the deck. Probably, in my opinion at the moment, the best Mythic in the game. I know that is a big, bold statement, but when you start using it, it is absolutely phenomenal. Basically, at the start of every turn, you are wiping off 60 points off your opponent every single turn when you are holding the Eternal Flame. So, Eternal Flame, first card, excuse me, first card in the deck. Mythic card, 1 for 0. I do warn you now, this deck is mega expensive to build, but let's see what it does. So Eternal Flame, card number 1. Infinity, another great card, another great deck, another great card. 1 for 23. On the play, all cards wherever they are lose minus 45 this turn, and on the return, your cards wherever they are lose minus 67 power next turn, and your opponent's cards wherever they are lose minus 89 next turn. Really cool card. We've got diamonds. On the return, gain plus 12 power permanently. So this is kind of a destruction ramp deck. It works really well, by the way. So diamonds, that's what I thought would go best with the Men in Black card. We'll look at that in a minute anyhow. Door to Hell, 3 for 40. On the draw, your cards in hand burn 50 until played and gain plus 50 at this turn. Really good card. Another one, I'm not too sure about this one this week because of the energy serving. Irene, 8 for 50. On the return, all cards wherever they are lose minus 50 power and cost minus 5 next turn. It sounds quite good, but I do still think Big Bad Wolf probably this week is the better option. So I thought I'd give it a bash to see how she does. Anyhow, let's move on. Next card is the Funeral Bell. 5 for 50, difficult card not to play at the moment. On the draw, your other cards in hand lose minus 10 until played. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 40 this turn. And on the return, this is the best bit, 4 random cards in your opponent's deck lose minus 10 permanently. That pairs up so nicely with Men in Black. Okay, Lich, we are going for points per turn, so it makes sense. On the draw, if you're trading by 50 or more, gain plus 10 power permanently. If you've lost at least one round this game, gain another plus 10 power permanently. And on the return, if you've lost the turn, gain another 10 power permanently. Great card. Another green card next. Yellow Jacket, 5 for 43. On the start, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 5 until played. And on the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 24 this turn. You can see what we're trying to do with this deck is absolutely destroy our opponent's cards and get enough points in the bank to try and win towards the end of the game. So here he is, Men in Black. I wasn't sure about this card when it first came out. I've only played a couple of games with this deck. It does really well, but there's a bit of pot luck with Men in Black. You need to get the rotation right to make him really effective. Basically, you can get him around a couple of times and wipe off 60 permanently off your opponent's cards. But on the play, your opponent's cards in hand that have been played at least once this game lose minus 30 power permanently. He is 9 for 97, so he's quite a powerful card on his own, even if you're not using that play function. But we're going to try and use that play function, like I said. Shinigami, 6 for 40. On the play, if it's the 13th turn of the game or before, a random card in your opponent's card in play loses minus 500 this turn. And if it's after the 13th turn of the game, lose minus 500 power this turn. And on the start, lose minus 4 permanently. Good old Shinny. Nice to see him back. Domesday Book to give us a bit of power. A little bit tight on history cards. I wanted something better than this, but there isn't really much choice. There's a few other options, but they don't work as well as Domesday Book. So we're stuck with Domesday Book. 8 for 70. On the draw, for every card played by either player this game, this card gains plus 2 until played. P.T. Barnum, obviously, doesn't really need much of an introduction now. He should be in most decks, or certainly in a lot of decks. On the draw, if you've not played P.T. Barnum this game, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 20. That went down the wrong way. Your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 20 permanently. And on the play, for every time you have played P.T. Barnum this game, this card gains plus 40 power permanently. and all other cards in both place hand lose minus 12 this turn. He works, trust me. He is a great card. Okay, we've got Crown of Immortality. 7 for 40. On the start, this card gains plus 17 permanently, and on the return, gain 17 permanently. And I don't hold him. I tend to play the Crown straight away. There's probably a couple of other cards that you could swap that out for if you don't have the Crown, but the 17 permanently is pretty good. You could go with Francis Crick or some of those other cards where you do get some good points permanently. Anyhow, another pink card. Anubis, 3 for 20. On the return, gain plus 20 permanently. That's a great card. Helen Keller, if you've lost one round this game, gain 15 permanently. Really good. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. If you play the Boy Who Cried Wolf this game, this card gains plus 50 permanently, which is nice. And your opponent loses minus 100 this turn. So get him round quickly. And then the Great Nothing, one of my standard cards at the moment. 0 for 0. On the draw, all cards in both players' hand lose minus 50 this turn. And now, since the buff, if you're running into some of those horrible auto tunes, USS Arizona is an option. On the draw, an opponent's card from each album in hand loses minus 18 permanently. So again, that pairs up really nicely with Men in Black. Okay, let's go and test out this cool deck. We will take it into the league because there is plenty of energy. And we will see how it does. Like I said, I've played a few games with it and it is pretty good. I will give you the deck code shortly. Like I said, it is quite an expensive deck to play. And here we go. The Eternal Flame, Men in Black, and the Crown of Immortality. The Unholy Trinity, we should have called this deck. Hello, Zekid Wards. Zekid Wards. Cool name. Okay, well, let's hope he's got an auto-tune or a rainbow deck. Let's see what he's got. Oh, lots of history cards in there. Anyhow, let's go. So, good start there. The Great Nothing wiping out 50 of all of ours. We want to get Shinny around straight away. I tend to hold Helen until we've lost a turn. Then you do get that permanent buff. So we're on minus 4. Oh, Identity Theft and Domesday Book. This looks like a good deck. You've got here Zekid Wards. Zekid Wards. Interesting. Okay, we are a little bit behind already. I'm not too worried. We will start racking up some points on the board and destroying his cards. That's the whole point with this deck. So, Men in Black. Don't forget that only hits when their cards have been played once. So let's get him round. So the next time he comes round, he should hit pretty much every card for 30. That is good. 181. That is not bad. Looks like we are going to be quite a way behind here. 259 behind. We are burning away. So that Eternal Flame, like I said, every single turn you are destroying him. You're taking off minus 60 points, basically. So with your 25 and that minus 60, he is getting... Oh, that was close. He is getting like minus 80 almost, minus 85 in fact, every single turn. And that's why I think Eternal Flame definitely the best, or one of the best, probably the best at the moment with the decks everybody else is playing. Okay, let's see what we can do. We are 1-0 down, and let's go with PT, Anubis, and now we can play Helen. So 1, 2, 5. He's got a really nice deck, really good deck, nice rainbow deck there. And we are a little bit in front, 26 in front. So yeah, like I said, this deck is absolutely pretty good, really. It does okay against a mono album. It can win, but it's much stronger when someone is playing a rainbow or even a 4-4-4 or a 3-3-3-3-3. This is close. Oh, Yeti. Nice card. So he's gone with the 4-4-4. He's got a World Turtle deck. Originally, I did have this as a World Turtle. You can probably see we've got 4 Science, 4 History, and 4 Arts and Culture. But I wanted to try Irene, and to be honest, I would probably swap it back out and put in the World Turtle. But I thought we'd do a bit more devastation. Look at that. We've just absolutely destroyed all his cards. The Boy Who Wolf, first time round. Oh, look at that. We might just squeeze through here. Oh, oh, Zekwood. That was funny. So that is the power of this deck. When you get the rotation good like that, you are laughing. There's the deck code, by the way, 6FRCKS. Expensive deck to build. And now we are rolling. Arizona hitting 3 cards, so not too bad. Men in Black should hit all of his cards. Oh, he hadn't played boxing yet, but anyhow, that's good. He hit 4 of his cards. So we have got him down to 0. And the good thing about Men in Black is it is a permanent hit. So that is pretty useful. We can get him round definitely one more time. Although, look at this. We are looking super powerful here. His cards are going to be absolutely destroyed, burning away every single turn with that Eternal Flame. We're burning, but we're only burning 5. He's burning 20. So even his whole cards are going to just dwindle away. Identity Theft and Kronos and Unicorn. What a big deck set he's playing. Oh, 1 point in it. This is really close. And what have we got here? Oh, P.T. Barnum, Eternal Flame, and Anubis. Might go with Yellow Jacket and try and steal this round. What should we do? We'll put the points on the board instead. Oh, 2-1 against your massive 4-4-4 big hitting deck. This is looking really good. Okay, and we should be due to get Men in Black round one more time, which would be nice. Let's get him another permanent hit. And what should we do? So the first 2 cards here are going to be the last 2 cards that come back round. So we obviously want to play Doomsday Book in that first one. Maybe Lich and Helen 4-4-7. That is a massive score. This deck is doing well. We've got 145 points per turn in the bank. That's going to go up a little bit now with Lich and Helen. Should go up about another 20 odd. Oh, we've got a massive lead. 170, and we got 145, and oh, here we go. So this is where Irene can be useful. We can play her and wipe out his cards for the next turn because we've got 141 in the bank. Oh, good hit there by Shinigami. This is quite close actually. Very close indeed. We still got a lead. We are going to hit him for 50 on each of his cards with Irene. And what have we got coming around? I can't remember the rotation on here. Should be, oh, I was hoping for Men in Black. But actually, the Great Nothing, another 50 off. His cards could be 0. We can play Infinity and Yellow Jacket. I reckon he's got 0 points. Oh, will he get any? Will he get any? No, even with his buffs, he got nothing. There we go. What a deck. So Eternal Flame, like I said, is absolutely critical in that deck. But Men in Black, actually, excuse me, if you can get him around a couple of times, he is a cool card. Not the best Mythic, but he is a good card. And in this deck, he works super duper well. Anyhow, have fun trying to build that deck, guys. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, take care, everybody. Have fun. Bye.